Turn it up, let it start. From block to block, we snatching hearts and jacking marks. And for all those motherfuckers that swearing to God that they doing something, that they touching something, that they being something. Y'all niggas ain't shit. I saw my mama bring the drama, nigga. Young thug, some say my criminal experience is legendary. I do what's necessary. Niggas wanna see me worry. If you come in,
good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Morning Toke, live on Sportscaster. My name is Eddie Law. It is Monday, September 14th. Doing the damn thing from the vehicle studio. Just hanging out with y'all this morning on my drive to work. So shoot some shit about current events, whatever happens this weekend. Obviously, it is Victory Monday. My Arizona Cardinals pull off a huge win over the San Francisco 49ers in San Fran. Now, does that mean a lot right now? Not really. Doesn't really mean a whole lot with no crowd as far as like a home field, other than familiarity, being used to surroundings, and not having to travel. But other than that, huge win. Kyler Murray goes off. Not to say goes off like he threw for like 400 yards or anything, but he and DeAndre Hopkins hooked up for 14 catches, 150, I think 52 yards. I mean, the dude, and he had a touchdown at the end. It got taken back. And if you watch the replay, it should have. So it makes sense, but it sucks. I mean, you want to see a performance like that and with a touchdown, because that was dope. Kenyon Drake. I was like Kendrick. Kenyon Drake dropped a couple touchdowns, or a touchdown. I think that belonged to Hopkins. It's overall good, solid team win. The defense stepped up big time. Byron Murphy pulling off the game-winning pass breakup at the end. Just a great game overall. A few mistakes here and there. Isaiah Simmons didn't have an awesome rookie debut, but it's all good. We'll forgive him because we know he'll be good in the end. I know Victory Monday, everyone usually gets a day off, or at least vets do. But Isaiah Simmons should definitely be in the film room, checking out his mistakes and making some corrections for next week's game against the Washington football team, formerly the Washington Redskins. That whole thing's still weird. They couldn't find a team name, but I think they got owned by some Twitter troll. Internet troll. Anyway, huge win. Super proud of my Cardinals. I got to watch the game at home, and it was dope. For anyone who doesn't know me, I always wear my jersey, even if I don't go to the game. I wear my jersey on game day for the entire game. It's a superstition thing. A lot of you probably have some shit like that, so it's all good. But whatever. Yesterday was dope. It was awesome. Had a lot of fun watching the game. Saturday night, we watched Watterson vs. Hills fight night in Vegas, UFC Vegas 10. Pretty good event, considering the fact that everyone was kind of crapping on it. If you guys remember, everyone was saying it's a weak card, it's a crappy card, and that sort of stuff. And ended up being a pretty solid card. So not mad at it. Main event, Michelle Watterson versus Angela Hill. It was close, and it was fun. That was a sick fight. Ended up getting kind of almost brawly a little bit, but that's what Angela Hill kind of thrives in. So I'm not surprised that we got to that point. Hang on a second, I got to make a little bit of a move here. Here's the thing about doing a show live from your vehicle. Sometimes you got to make some moves on driving, and you guys get to hear about it. Anyway, all right. So anyway, that was a dope fight. Overall, the card was solid. It was really solid. We'll break it all down tonight on the Keyboard Warriors Men Tonight MMA Hangout. Myself on YouTube, Facebook, Sportscaster, Twitch, and Twitter, Periscope. Come to any of those. You guys can come hang out, get in the chat, and we'll shoot the shit about some MMA, right? That is tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time. It's 10 p.m. Eastern time. But before that, about a half hour before, the Cardinals Air Raid Report. The Cards Air Raid Report on Sportscaster app and cardsairraid.com. It is Victory Monday, folks. We'll be talking the huge win over the Niners. This upcoming week's game against the Washington football team. So it's an exciting time to be a Cardinals fan. It's an exciting time to be a football fan. It was sort of strange to not see the crowd, but I never really paid attention to it to the crowd. So I didn't really care. I was very much focused on the game. It was kind of strange to get the crowd noise pumped in though. That that was kind of weird. Definitely something to get used to, as far as like not seeing people but hearing a bunch of people. And I wonder if it could be abused by home teams and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like crank it up even louder during when you're on defense and stuff. It's like, dude. But anyway, the other thing I saw this weekend, or mostly online during the football, was people saying, I'm not watching NFL and I'm not gonna miss it. I hope this and that happens to them. I hope all sports leagues collapse. All this shit, and it all comes from people that never watched in the first place. So it's like, first of all, shut the actual hell up. Okay, and why is everybody mad? Now, the first thing anyone ever says is, I don't want politics in my sports. Okay, that's fair. You can say that. You know what I mean? Except the players aren't going to agree with you. The owners aren't going to agree with you. They're allowing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say all you want to about, I don't want politics in my sports, whatever. I don't understand what the problem is anyway. All they did was put little stickers in the back of their helmets, dude. That's it. That's literally all they did. And most of the stickers the players have says it takes all of us. That's all it said. Some of them said Black Lives Matter. Others said names, whatever. But this whole like I'm not watching because of that. Like shut the hell up. And then on top of that, suddenly the national anthem is sacred to you. Suddenly the flag is sacred to you. How many times we've seen, for example, Cheeto Jr., Donald Trump Jr., wearing an American flag as a piece of clothing? You're not supposed to do that. That's against code, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. And suddenly, the flag is sacred to you. How many times, when you go to sporting events, how many times do you hear people wooing and fucking wearing their hat and talking on the phone and texting and drinking their beer during the national anthem or when the flag is presented? But suddenly, the national anthem and the flag matters to you. You know what? It should. If you're that proud of it, it should matter to you. The difference is stay consistent. Stay consistent. If you're gonna hold someone else to a standard, you hold yourself to that standard. Don't get crazy thinking you're better than anybody else. The other thing is I don't understand how athletes making millions of dollars, suddenly takes away their right to protest or their right to voice an opinion. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like to me it's small thinking. It's thinking that we're not all on the same planet. Or they have more money than you, so their opinion doesn't matter, but yours does. You know what I mean? Like, if that doesn't sound weird to anybody else, I don't understand it. It's just weird. We all have to coexist on this planet. You're not going to get rid of people. You know what I mean? Like relax. Like, protests don't bother me. They take any how you want to. It's cool. Why? Because that's an American thing to be able to do. That in America, you can silently protest. In America, you could very loudly protest if you want. In Iran, they just executed an Iranian wrestler. A guy that had a lot of problems, had a future. They executed him because he voiced his opinion against the regime, the current regime. That doesn't happen here. At least, and conspiracy theories will be like, oh, yeah, dude, okay, fine, fair enough, but they don't get executed in public to scare off other people that might feel the same way as that guy did. It's an American right to be able to protest something you don't believe in, or for something you believe in against something you don't believe in. you believe that strongly about something, you protest it, you should be able to. You're allowed to. The KKK is allowed to go march and protest and assemble, you know, in public. They're allowed to do that. And we all, I feel like we all can agree that that's clearly a hate group, right? So why can't nobody else protest? Why can't nobody else assemble? A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not watching the NBA. They have Black Lives Matter in the court." Dude, I barely noticed it. Stuff is so backwards because everyone gets emotional immediately on every side. First of all, they get emotional on every side. But the weirdest thing is everybody feels attacked all of a sudden. Especially if you're white, it seems like you feel attacked, right? You feel attacked anytime anyone says Black Lives Matter. Not everybody, but the ones that are getting super angry about it. And from that, I have a conversation with a really good friend of mine, white dude. I consider him a brother. And, he was getting super emotional about stuff. And, that, when we were discussing Black Lives Matters and all sorts of stuff. And then I got emotional because he was getting emotional. Like, and we both kind of caught on to it and realized it's just we're going to keep doing the cycle of emotions the entire time. We don't stop and start looking at, take away the emotion a bit and talk about it, we're not getting anywhere. But the way he was acting, it was almost like he felt attacked. He kept saying, "I'm not racist because this and this," and I'm like, "No one called you racist, dude. Who called you racist?" Well, these people think, I'm like, "You didn't." Yeah, but no one called you racist, dog. Like, you don't have to. I don't think you understand. Like, the argument isn't you're racist, so you should have to give me this. The argument is, their life matters too. That's all they're saying. I don't know. It's a strange thing to witness and to live through. We got hit by two massive, I guess life incidents or life happenings, for lack of a better term. I'm sure there is one. I don't know it right off the top of my head. COVID-19 pandemic hits, and then and then we have civil unrest. That's a crazy thing that happened. I'm sure it's happened before. I just can't. Off the top of my head, I can't think of when. Probably like long, long ago, maybe somewhere else. But it's wild, y'all. It is wild to witness. It's wild to live through. Like, I'm gonna have to explain this to my kids years from now. Like, you know what I mean? I got a very, very, very little one, and he's gonna ask me later on, like, "Hey, did you live through the pandemic, through COVID-19? Did you live through? Hopefully we do. But did you live through COVID-19? Did you live through, the Black Lives Matters and all that stuff?" And I'll be like, "Yeah. So what happened? Why did it get so crazy?" I gotta figure out how to explain that one. People got emotional. People got crazy. It's kind of nuts how, like, on one side everyone's like, like the right calls the left snowflakes, but they get more emotional than anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, oh, facts don't care about your feelings unless they're my feelings. Is basically the sentiment. Like, oh, so your feelings matter. Like, we need to like sit back, relax, take a good look at ourselves. Everybody, sit back and take a good look at yourself, and try to figure this out that way. Because we're not gonna get it done by constantly screaming at each other and telling the other side that they're wrong and they're stupid for feeling the way they do. That's not gonna work. You're not gonna get people to stop protesting and you know, stop protesting and stop speaking out by telling them, "Well, you're wrong because I say so." What are you talking about? Like, their feelings are valid too. The way they feel is valid too. What they believe in is valid too, just like yours is. Once we get to that point, we could be like, "All right, yeah, you know what? I get it. I understand what you're saying." Let's discuss it. Let's discuss, what's going on. And if there is an actual issue, let's work on it. But I don't know. I just find it hilarious that people were tweeting out, I'm not watching the NFL, and I'm not going to. Like, shut the hell up. What are you talking about? I don't care. I don't care what you're not watching. That's just ridiculous. Anyway. Oh, and I just got more. I had ignored it for a long time. I had seen like little headlines about it, about the cuties documentary or whatever they had, or not documentary, the cuties thing on Netflix. I still haven't watched it. And I'm not going to because this is too weird, right? But the whole like the marketing campaign that Netflix used to like promote that movie was just like, yo, stop, right? Very pedo. It's a very pedo feel to it. But the whole story is about a young girl from like a very conservative, family or culture, and she breaks out to, to find herself and all this stuff. Like, all right, whatever. The thing is this: if people have a problem with it, that's good. They should tell Netflix that you guys are weird. You want to boycott them? You should. Go ahead. Vote with your wallet. I always tell people, vote with your wallet. You don't think the NFL should be allowing players to speak their opinion? Cool. Don't watch it. Don't pay for it. Great. I don't understand why you tweet about it and let everyone know I'm not watching it. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, you believe Netflix is wrong for having that movie up? Yeah, cancel your service. Definitely. Absolutely do it. 100%. But then don't go and sit down and watch like some bullshit like Dance Moms or so, or those kind of crappy shows, or the Pageant Moms or whatever the hell. Those shows are freaking gross. Those shows are disgusting. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but those shows are gross. And the fact that they happen in real life is even more gross. Like, take your kid to the dance studio, cool. But they make a show about it, and it's like you're putting these little girls in front of cameras for millions of people to see. Pedos watch TV too. And you celebrate it, and then you make these girls, you scar these little girls because they got to be famous now. Because their mothers are cunts and decided, in my opinion, because their mothers are assholes and they decided they want to be famous at the kids' expense. It's just weird. Like, again, same standard. Hold it to everybody. Everybody moves the goal line for their own purposes, for their own gain, to make themselves look better. Everyone moves the goal line, and it happens in everything. I catch myself doing it too, and I do my best to correct it. Luckily, I've surrounded myself with people like good friends and family that will call me out on my BS, and so I feel like I got a good hold on it. But either way, like, if you're gonna hold somebody else to a certain standard, hold yourself to that standard. Don't be that guy. It's like, well, I hold you to that standard because you're more famous than me, or you make more money than me, or whatever. That's called jealousy. Stop being a little bitch. I'll take that. I'll take that side from the conservatives, the righties, or the right wingers. It's like, stop being a little punk, stop complaining, stop asking for a handout. Right? Agreed. Stop being a little bitch. Like, I don't know, man. I'm sure there's a better way to discuss this and a better way to put a podcast out on it and everything. But again, this is the morning talk. This is what I feel like, what I feel, and what I think in the morning. That's it. Maybe after a full day of digesting it, I'll think differently or slightly different. But I just think people need to stop being so full of shit. Straight up. Stop being full of shit. Stop trying to hold other people to standards that you're not willing to live up to. Whether it's a protest, whether it's anything. Okay? Let's be real here. Let's just be real. That's it. I don't think there's anything wrong with being real. Anyway, that was my little piece for today. Just made it to my job, so the stream's going to end here in a couple seconds, or a few seconds. Make sure you join me tonight, cardsairraid.com and Sportscaster app. Download it, subscribe. The Cards Air Raid Report kicks off at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're talking all Cardinals football. Then you can stick around on Sportscaster or head over to keyboardwarriorsmma.com or on Facebook or on Twitch or on Twitter. And we could talk some MMA on the Monday night MMA hangout. Keyboard Warriors MMA hangout. And come shoot the shit with me there, right? That is at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. I appreciate you guys listening to me this morning. You guys are dope. You make every day a little more fun for me, so it's great. All right, all the podcasts are up everywhere. Make sure you hit the link tree on my Twitter at elaw32. The link tree will take you anywhere you need to go, as far as the shows and everything. All right. You guys have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful night, depending on where you are on the planet. Catch you guys tonight for Cards Area Report and the Keyboard Warriors Monday Night MMA Hangout. See you guys.
Motherfuckers love it to be